Hi everyone, I'm Chung Nguyen for Godbee Mobile, and in this video we're going to go ahead and take a look at the camera application for the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. This phone here is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor, and it's the US version that supports 4G LTE on T-Mobile's 4G LTE network. The Samsung Galaxy Note 3 actually has two cameras. It has a front-facing 2-megapixel camera here on the upper right-hand side, and on the rear you have the same 13-megapixel camera that's borrowed from the Samsung Galaxy S4 that was released earlier this spring. Along with the camera, you do have the single LED flash, and on the US version, or the LTE version, the 13-megapixel camera can also record video in 4K or UHD resolution. I'm going to go ahead and just launch the camera application first and just explore some of the features of the Galaxy Note 3. As you can see here, a lot of the features of the Samsung Galaxy S4 are carried over, including this convenient access to the various different modes, including an eraser mode to remove photo bombers. So essentially it takes a series of shots and eliminate any moving object into the frame. There's a rich tone or an HDR mode that enhances the colors to give you a more vivid picture. A GOF mode actually creates your swing, or recreates your swing, by capturing different shots and merging them together. So you have this swing of the club or the iron. And then there are various other options. All the options on the Galaxy S4 are carried over. What's new is the surround shot. The surround shot is actually a quick and easy way to record. It's different from a panorama because a panorama is just a longer image, or a wider image, whereas a panorama shot, or the surround shot, actually creates a 360-degree shot. It's similar to Google's Photosphere that's found on the Nexus 4 currently, and allows you to record kind of like a Google Street View of what's going on around you. So it allows you to pan up, down, and side to side, so you're going to get more of an image captured that way. Additionally, like the Galaxy S4, if you hit on the arrow on the bottom of the display, you're going to be able to pull up some different live filters. So this gives you kind of an Instagram-like effect. What's new here is Samsung allows you to download additional filters. So if you don't find a filter that you like, you can go ahead and download either a free filter pack, or you can download any number of the paid filter packs available in the Samsung App Store right now. Taking pictures with the 13-megapixel camera, you're going to get images that are pretty sharp and clear. Actually, this is not. Let's go ahead and go into the gallery. Those were not the images. And the resolution is actually pretty good. As you can see here, various different sample shots I've taken. Dynamic range was still a little bit poor. All these photos are taken on the auto setting, so it's not under HDR mode. As you can see here, this is a very bright image with very dark shadows, and you can see the shadows are actually washed out, so you don't see any details in the shadow. However, in good lighting condition, the Samsung Galaxy S4 actually renders images pretty well. Some of these images are zoomed, so you're going to see a loss of detail because you do have 4 times digital zoom. Unlike with optical zoom, you're cropping into the sensor, so you're not going to retain some of the details. This is actually an image that's captured without zoom, and you can see the flowers actually retain quite a bit of detail. The red is actually very bright and vivid, and a lot of cameras actually just cannot render the different tones of red, so you do have quite a bit of dynamic range here with the color. You can see the video playing here. I have the multi-window mode going, so you have the gallery on the left-hand side and the video playing on the right-hand side. And this is with video zooming, and it's in 1080p resolution. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen right now. So as you can see with zooming, it's a little bit choppy and The autofocus is actually still pretty good. So despite the zoom being choppy, the autofocus still seems pretty good, and even when you're zoomed in all the way, the resolution is actually not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through more pictures so you can see some of the sample images that we've captured with the Galaxy Note. So in optimal lighting condition, the Galaxy Note 3 actually takes pretty good shots. In darker conditions or with mixed lighting situations, the Note 3's camera actually isn't that great for a 13 megapixel camera, and part of it is because it uses a smaller sensors than some of the competing smartphones, including Nokia's Lumia 1020, the iPhone 5S, which has a slightly larger sensor, and even the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom, which uses a point-and-shoot size sensor in a smartphone. Here you can see that the sky is a little bit more blown out on the top, and that's in order to preserve the horizon or the detail below. So dynamic range isn't too great. However, you do preserve quite a bit of detail when the conditions are good with the lighting. Let's go back into the camera application. And if you go into the settings by hitting the capacitive button, you can go ahead and toggle the various different photo sizes here. So although it does record or capture videos or photos, in 13 megapixels, if you use a widescreen format, it takes it down to just 9.6 megapixels. When you're taking, you can also create or take burst photos by just holding on the shutter button. And then in the video format, you can go ahead and record videos in 1080p or a 4K resolution or Ultra HD or UHD format that preserves a lot more details. However, since there are very limited amount of monitors and displays and even 4K HD TVs, I would actually recommend you keep the settings to 1080p. That way you save valuable storage space on the smartphone itself. Because without a higher resolution display to take advantage of the extra resolution that a 4K captured video would give you, it doesn't make sense to capture images that way or videos that way. I'm Chung Nguyen, and this has been a quick look of some of the camera features on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Thanks for watching, and join us on GottaBeMobile.com for additional content and coverage of the Galaxy Note 3.